Okay, back to my misery. Once again, now I have taken off the PDM, removed the the top here. See if I could smell anything or see any kind of burnt items on here. I don't really see anything that's goes to that shows a little bit of a black mark or anything. Anyways, of course now, so therefore this is disconnected. Everything's off. This is still disconnected. I have traced the light green, the two greens, and the two greens and two blacks, which come into now, put them nice and pretty, into the positive, negative, and the light green is a 12 going in to the relay. That only now so it's coming in. This is actually the green, and the relay, when it turns on, it sends power to the PG relay. So that's done. Now I have the voltage here for the contactors. When it turns on, let me power it up here real quick. I've had to reflash this thing. I reflashed it anyways just to make sure to bring it down to 2.30A. I had it 2.43, which was my additions from Dala that suggested to put in some more error checking stuff, but just to keep things clean. The problem is the one that was done for Gen 3, supposedly from Damien, was not a full match set, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a full match set. So anyways, doesn't matter. That's what I did. Just to keep things clean, I brought it back to 2.30A. Let me make sure that we're on here. And all right, so now I'm going to turn it on. So now the ZV's on. T15, I'm going to turn that on right now. And at that point, nothing changes on here. And then, yes, I do have it on auto. The minute I also, nothing changes on the CAN bus. But the minute I turn all the starter, that's when everything comes alive. You can see it here now. Okay, so now everything's looks like it's reporting. My problem is, again, the 0x1DA 7FFE, or if I look at it on here, it's my, now we're in ops mode run, no last error. In the UDC now 371, which looks okay to me. I'm getting the speed 16383. One thing I will add is, since I flashed it back, that speed went away to 0. And it was there for a while. I tried it, bringing it up to run. Nothing happened. Same problem, just the speed, the error wasn't there. I'm going to try and reflash it again. Now I have it like permanently wired. I have a nano plug directly in there, and I can do it pretty easily now. So I can reset it again to show that I can get the speed to 0 for a while, still with no churn. But anyways, just to demonstrate it. Now one little change difference. Oh, okay, so here's my direction. So if you can click to Patnam or to the direction. For some reason this doesn't change. I always have to refresh it. It doesn't change. So there it goes. So now, okay, come on. So here we are, -10, and torque is -204. That's a little different. Since I flashed it, I'm assuming some of my other variables have fallen out. So now I'm going to increase the pot. There it goes. And the torque D rate goes down a little bit as I rise. And the torque actually goes to 0, which is kind of interesting. Now when the pot request is up, now the torque never goes up to 0. It used to. Not sure why it's not going up there. So I can bring it all the way up and nothing happens. My brake is off. You can check that here. Brake is off. And yeah, it is getting the voltage. So